Good morning. I'm going to start doing a whole series of songs around the sacred powers, the four directions, and the Grandfather Sky, Grandmother Earth, things like that, and teach you a small, at the end of it, I'm going to teach you a small kind of daily practice that you can do of calling to the directions for help and guidance and connection. So I originally, a few days ago, said, I think it may have been yesterday, said I was going to start with the South powers, and I was thinking about that and decided that wasn't quite the right way to start. So I'm going to talk about Grandfather Sky a little bit. When I do a pipe ceremony, the tobacco that I put into the pipe is to those six powers: Grandfather Sky, Grandmother Earth, and the four winds, basically. So Grandfather Sky, I think, is a good place to start. And there's two songs that you can sing, really. The one is a word that you've probably, most of you have heard, which is Wakantanka. Wakantanka. Wakan means sacred. Basically, it's the word for sacred or mystery, and Tanka means great, so it's great mystery, great spirit. Now, a lot of people think that Wakantanka is God. The Lakota don't really have a concept of God. Certainly historically they didn't. What happened was that a lot of Christian missionaries kind of came, and even before the reservation period, and changed a lot of the Lakota old traditional cosmology. So they nowadays will think about Wakantanka as God, but historically Wakantanka was not God. Wakantanka is the great mystery, because everything is so mysterious, we don't know what it is. We can't know it. We're just two-leggeds, and the great mystery is just beyond our understanding. So Wakantanka is the great mystery, but it is not God. The Lakota don't have a kind of single creator spirit. And Wakantanka is made up of lots of different component parts. If you want to read about this, I highly recommend, he said, putting his sales hat on, the latest issue of Sacred Hoop magazine, because we've got a fantastic article in it all about Wakantanka, all about the powers of Lakota cosmology, written by a friend of mine, Dan Garber. And so I recommend that, because it really explains it. It's a really good article about the whole concept of that. So Wakantanka is the great mystery, but it's not the creator, it's not God, it's nothing like at all the Christian concept of God. And the other word is Tungashila. Tungashila is grandfather, and this is used as a term of like reverence. You would call the hot rocks that come into a sweat lodge Tungashila, the grandfathers, the stone people. But also Tungashila can be used to talk about the sky powers. This is very common. This is really much the same as Mongolian shamanism, where they have the Tengas. The Tengas are the sky powers, eternal blue sky they talk about, and it's very, very similar cosmology, which is part of the reason I kind of get on quite well with both of these, because they're very similar. There's a lot of synergy between the plains culture of Native American ways and the plains culture of Mongolian ways. So anyway, I'm going to teach these two songs, so we're starting off by calling to Grandfather Sky. So here we go. Wakantanka, 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 hey, hey, hey. And the sort of alternative is Tunga Shiloye, 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 hey, hey, hey. So songs to Grandfather Sky, songs to the Great Mystery, because everything is a mystery. We can't know. We are absolutely dumb two-leggeds. Just maybe a quick note here that God is a very Abrahamic concept. Shamans, medicine people, they rarely have a concept of God. I don't work with God. I don't really believe in God. I believe that the universe is alive, but God? No, not at all. I work with local individual spirits. God, the big fella, it's unknowable. It's too big. It's too far away. It's too vast. So medicine people and shamans have always chunked it down. You work with the local spirits, and many of them just don't have a concept of God. It's just the mystery. It's just, what do we know? We're just dumb. So tomorrow we do another one, but I'm going to record that now so I don't have to record it tomorrow. So see you tomorrow and see you in the next moment. Okay, so yesterday, or in my world a couple of moments ago, I recorded a song to Grandfather Sky, and we've already done Grandmother Earth, but I'm going to do it again because Grandmother Earth is the earth powers. We, as I've said before, we stand in the center of the universe, and in the center of the universe is above us and below us and around us in the four directions. And you also have the individual directions, and you'll often hear, especially you find the phrase in Tibetan traditions, you talk about the 10 directions, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 directions all the way around us. So in Lakota traditions, you very much work with the 6 powers, and the Grandmother Earth is one of those powers. So this is just a song of Grandmother Earth. We've done Grandmother Earth Thank You before. This is just Grandmother Earth. No, it's not. It's Mother Earth. I'm sorry. I've always kind of been in the habit of saying Grandmother Earth, because that's just, it's that term of respect. But actually this song is Mother Earth. Urchi is grandmother. Ina is mother. This is Inamaka, Mother Earth. Inamaka, 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 Inamaha, 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 hey, hey, hey. Normally you sing those sort of songs 4 times. I think I sang that 6 times because I lost count. I got distracted in my head. I wasn't thinking. The way that I always count, some of these songs are so long and complicated, it's quite easy to forget how many times you've done it. And so I learned a technique a long time ago where I press a finger down for the first verse, just, you know, on my leg or something like that. I just press a little bit more weight on my one finger, and then when I go to the second verse, I press a little bit more weight down on my second finger, and then my third finger, and then my fourth finger. And it's a good way to remember, only I was thinking about something else while I was singing that, so I forgot to press my fingers down. So there you go. See you next time.